Augustana Sportscene on Midco Sports Network is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Augustana Sportscene here on Midco Sports Network. I'm Bill Gross, Director of Athletics at Augustana College. On today's show, we'll feature some exciting action as we fire up our Augustana Sports Update. We'll also talk Augie football with Coach Mike Aldrich and volleyball with Coach Ashley Buckley. A little later in the program, we'll catch up with the Vikings' outstanding senior linebacker, Chris Janish. And we'll take a look at what's ahead on the Augustana Sports calendar for this week. It's going to be a fun show, so let's get the action rolling. Here comes Augie Sports Update for this week.
Augustana Sports Update is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Last Saturday afternoon, Coach Mike Aldrich's Augustana football team pushed their record to 2-0 for the season as they knocked off Bemidji State 10-0 in Bemidji, Minnesota. The Vikings defense was outstanding in the shutout as they held the Beavers to just 106 yards of total offense. Bemidji picked up just 7 first downs and 9 yards rushing. Ben Wardell finished with a team-high 11 tackles, including 2 sacks. Chris Janish and Andrew Keel each added 7 stops. Eric Bergman had 2 sacks, and Zach Callis and Diego Aquendo had interceptions. On offense, sophomore quarterback Josh Hansen completed 25 of 43 passes for 252 yards and 1 touchdown. Hansen's 37-yard TD pass found the hands of Tyler Schulte, who had 3 catches for 48 yards. The air attack, though, was led largely by Eric Ellingworth, who caught 9 passes for 91 yards, both career highs. Sam Holson added 3 catches for 42 yards. The Augie rushing attack netted 63 yards. Joe Clark picked up 39 on 13 carries, while Josh Hansen gained 32 on 14 attempts. The Vikings recorded 21 first downs in their first NSIC victory of the season. Special teams play was also strong as Drew Behrens booted a 26-yard field goal and averaged 38.2 yards on 8 punts. The Augie offense did a great job at keeping the defense fresh as they had the football 35 minutes compared to just 25 for Bemidji. The Vikings now move into a segment of the schedule where they have 3 of their next 4 games at home. In volleyball, Coach Ashley Buckley's team began playing the Missouri Rolla tournament with a pair of victories. The Vikings defeated Chadron State 3-0 and also topped Southeast Oklahoma State 3-0. Against Chadron, Jordan Spatanka notched 11 kills, with Brianna Erickson adding 7 and Brooke Luco and Lindsay Peterson 6 each. Danny Haley recorded a match-high 28 assists, with Grace Sanders turning in a strong defensive effort with 19 digs. Against Southeastern Oklahoma State, Spatanka and Peterson led the way with 11 and 10 kills respectively. Haley again paced the Augie ladies with 34 assists. Then in Saturday action, the Vikings defeated Arkansas Monticello 3-0 before falling to Rockhurst later in the day. Over the 2 matches, Lindsay Peterson racked up 22 kills, while Danny Haley passed out 73 assists and Grace Sanders picked up 35 digs. In soccer, Coach Brandon Barkas's team nailed their first win of the season as they topped Minnesota Moorhead 2-1. Katie Bowman and Katie Shandry scored goals for the Vikings, while Amanda Wagner grabbed 6 saves. And in golf, Coach Peggy Kirby's team shot a .309 in the first day of their Fall Invitational at Baker Crossing. Maggie Leland led the Vikings to an opening round lead as she shot a .75. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augie football with Coach Mike Aldrich. Stay with us.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, in the new Sanford Health.
A message from the Better Bundle Bureau. Mid-Continent Communications has the best bundle to beat boredom without busting the budget. With its $99 a month Theater DVR trio, people are downright giddy, saving over $500 a year and still being thoroughly entertained. Free HD, on-demand, the fastest broadband speeds known to man, and unlimited local and long-distance calling, all wrapped up in a nice little $99 bundle. The Theater DVR trio. It's the best bundle on earth.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
The Augustana Football Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana head football coach Mike Aldrich. Mike, well, last Saturday afternoon up to Bemidji, first road game for the Vikings, and a tremendous defensive effort as Augie came out on top 10-0. We had some highlights on offense too. Maybe didn't get in the end zone quite as much as we wanted, but your thoughts on the victory?
Well, the one thing I told the guys before the game was, if they truly want to be a great football team, they have to win big games on the road. And Bemidji was, they weren't ranked in the top 25, but they received more votes than we did. And they were picked, I think, to finish 4th or 5th in the league right around us. So that's a game we have to win if we want to get some credibility. And we went out there and defensively, we absolutely just dominated them. It was, I don't want to say I was surprised by it, but when it goes as well as it did and as easy as it was, that is a little surprising. Right. And then offensively, we moved the ball, dominated the line of scrimmage, really had our way with them, and then we would tend to stall once we got just past the 35. And there were a couple times where, depending on the way the game was going, I would have considered going for it on 4th down. But the way our defense was playing, I was happy to just punt it into Lake Bemidji for all I cared and just play defense. So.
Yeah, we're right on Lake Bemidji. Beautiful setting up there. But Mike, you alluded already to parts of the game here, but let's take it a little bit further. Let's start with your defense, because they were absolutely fantastic from being at the game. Just suffocating, really, Bemidji. Great effort.
Well, the thing that we saw out of Bemidji coming into the game is they had rolled up over 350 yards rushing against Minot a couple weeks ago. I think they held them to -8 yards rushing, and they had talked a lot about what a great run defense they were, and they did. They played very well, and so I kind of challenged our defense right away at the beginning of the week. If you guys are such a good defense here, it's your chance to go and prove it to everybody else when we line up on the same field as Bemidji's defense. And they did a great job. Bemidji kind of throws a lot of different looks at you, and our guys were able to adjust well. I think maybe we called about 6 total defenses. I mean, whereas normally I'm an NFL guy and call a million of them. And the guys just responded. Our safeties played great. Our linebackers, I was talking to Chris Janish after the game. He said that, without it sounding crass, they were kind of bored, and their jerseys were clean, which was surprising. But our defensive line, our 2 DNs, were unstoppable on Saturday, and that was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, we were in their backfield all day long, and our pass defense was outstanding. I believe they got 107 yards is all of total offense, 12 rushing. So, wow, what a great job by the defense. And then the offense, we racked up some yards, as we alluded to. What are your thoughts?
Well, we knew going into the game that Bemidji, they hang their hat on stopping the run. And if you look at the games that they played last year, and on the field they were 8-3, and they played really good games against Minnesota Duluth, Mankato, Winona, all tight games. But those 3 teams are going to run the ball, and they've got that ego that we're going to run it until you make a stop. Well, then it's a 1-point ball game at the end. Right. And St. Cloud played them really well last year, and they kind of threw the ball at them. And so we knew coming into it, we're going to throw the ball, loosen them up, and take what they gave us. And that's what we did. I mean, Eric Ellingworth had 9 catches and had a big day. And Josh Hansen I think he was 26 of 42, and he probably could have been 35 of 42 if we didn't drop some passes. Right. And, it doesn't look like Joe Clark had a great day, but we didn't give him the ball very much. Right. And we didn't want to just ram our head against the wall. And you could see in the third quarter their defense, they were on a knee, they were yelling at each other. I mean, we had them right where we wanted them.
Right. Well, we had the time of possession about 35 minutes to 25, so we kept our defense fresh on the field, and our offense did a great job of controlling the ball. A lot of short passes, out in the flat. They seemed to be playing offense, so it was, it was a nice victory, nice part for the offense, and then special teams.
Special teams was, if you look at a stat sheet or if you're at the game, you wouldn't say, wow, we played great, because, we didn't pin them inside the 20 very often. I think it was only one time. But we told them, too, we want to play a field position game. And even if we're on the 35 and punting and it goes into the end zone, we just gained 15 yards for our defense. And the way they were playing, that we were fine with that. And Drew Barron just pounded the ball again. And his one snafu, and when he dropped that punt at the end of the game to try to make it a little exciting for us. I think he was a little worried because they were going to rush everybody. They didn't even have a returner, so I think he got a little nervous back there. And the other one was when they blocked our field goal right at the beginning of the game. But really, other than that, we responded well, and we did a great job on kick and kick return. Yeah, we really did, and some great hits out there. Well, we're 2 games into the season, and a question I'm sure in everybody's mind are your evaluation of Josh Hansen at quarterback. Well, I thought after that first game, he played tight early and wasn't making great decisions and was forcing things, and he started to loosen up as that game got going. And then coming into yesterday's game against Bemidji, I thought he played really well. If as coaches we can be extra sticklers on things that he's not doing perfectly, but there were times when he probably could have pulled the ball down and ran more aggressively, where he would break that pocket and he would still look to try to throw the ball down the field a little too much, where he just needs to just go with it and just, understand he's going to pick up 6-7 yards. We told him that at halftime, and then I think in the second half we even saw him slide on one of them, so you could really see that he's progressing there. But we ran him to death on option and let the quarterback go, and he's making good decisions. He distributes the ball all over the field. It's not really a 2-receiver passing game anymore like it was in the past. So, and for him to find Eric and trust him and keep going to him, and knew that Eric had the hot hands. And like I said, for him to get 9 catches was a great deal. Yeah, and Josh is quite a weapon. He moves around back there in the pocket and makes time for himself. And then, like you said, when he takes off, he's fun to watch. Well, the Vikings, this Saturday, we're back home. The stretch here of 3 of 4 at home, actually, for Augie, and we take on University of Mary. Well, we haven't had a chance to really watch too much of them yet. We're still finishing up our grading on the game from yesterday, but they kind of struggled a little bit last year. I know they played a tight game against Southwest Minnesota State yesterday and lost by 7, and so I'm sure that's a little bit of a stinger when you lose those close ones. But they will be coming down here, and that's a long trip, and so. It's hard to say exactly what we're going to see. I think you start getting to some teams that you haven't seen for 4 years. A lot of times they throw some stuff at you that you're not expecting. So it's a matter of us just worrying about ourselves again and trying to build on the successes of the last 2 weeks. Right. Take care of business at home. That's the key. Well, we are 2-0 as we mentioned. What are your thoughts on the team and how you like being this head coach at Augie? Well, I'll tell you, I was just telling Coach Olinger last night once we got back, we were talking about the game and just, the typical coaches debriefing a little bit after. And I told him, because we got warned by the officials on the sidelines that too many coaches were talking to him and he wouldn't listen to them. And so I kind of told those guys in my own terminology just to stay off the refs, and the ref even complimented me at the end of the game that, the sidelines were great after that. But what I was telling Coach Olinger was the good thing about being a head coach is I can say whatever I want and they got to listen to me now. Whereas in the past, I remember there were a few times where I thought Brad was going to get a flag because of some things that I was arguing with an official. But no, it's a lot of fun, and it's it's kind of neat to see how the guys kind of grab onto your personality. Brad and I are a little bit different in the way we do some things, and right now we're still in a honeymoon phase, so I think the guys are pretty excited with where we're going. Yeah, well, we're off to a great start, Mike. Big one this week, so good luck to you and the Vikings. Thank you very much.
The Augustana Volleyball Report is next. We'll be right back.
Bigger, yet faster. more powerful, yet more fuel efficient. The laws of physics, merely loose suggestions. The Audi A4. Experience the category-changing A4 at your Audi dealer today.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
The Augustana Volleyball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana volleyball coach Ashley Buckley. Ashley, good to have you back on the show again. Last weekend, the Vikings competed down in Missouri at the Missouri S&T tournament. We caught you up on how they did in the update. And this week, what team always looks forward to is the start of conference action and also to be back home. The Vikings will be here at the Elman Center against Upper Iowa on Friday night and Winona State on Saturday night. What do you think, Ashley?
We're excited to be at home after 2 weeks on the road. It's always nice to play in front of your home crowd with your team, having a lot of fans supporting you. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough weekend of competition for us, so we need the support of everyone in Sioux Falls. Winona and Upper Iowa last year had a really great season. They finished strong in the Northern Sun, and I would anticipate nothing less for this upcoming year. All right. Well, fans, get over to those matches here this weekend. They'll be good ones. The NSIC, Winona and Upper Iowa, of course, and Augustana, three of the good members of the conference with good volleyball programs. But there are a lot of other teams to watch in this conference, too. It's year in and year out, just a dogfight. So talk about the great volleyball programs in the NSIC. It was really interesting, the preseason polls that came out this year. The top 5 teams in our conference are ranked in the top 18 nationally. So we know that we have our work cut out for us this year in order to, maintain our position within the Northern Sun and to crack into the top 5. This year I expect, obviously, Concordia St. Paul to reload, even though they graduated 2 really important positions. Minnesota Duluth is always very strong. They've got their setter returning, a big middle hitter for them, and they're always so competitive at the net. Southwest Minnesota, same thing. They return their setter. They return 2 incredible middles for them as well. So that's going to be a really exciting matchup for us once we see them early in the Northern Sun. Wayne State, they didn't graduate anybody, so they're reloading with a full squad again, hopefully everyone healthy for themselves. And so, I would anticipate it to be one of the most competitive years in the Northern Sun because we're finding that teams 5 through 10 and 10 through 14 are every year getting better as well, more competitive. So you can't take nights off in this league. You have to be ready to compete. And, I anticipate our team learning each match that we're playing, getting better offensively, and finding ways to earn our own points. Concordia St. Paul right now is just in a league of their own because they're earning their points and they have such few unforced errors each match. So that's the direction we want to go. Again, and that goes with the focus of our preseason, earning our own points, being highly competitive, being gritty, working hard, all of those things that we've been talking about. So it's going to be an exciting year in the Northern Sun, and I just don't anticipate anything less than the top 6 teams being top 25 teams in the country. Well, it's interesting when Ashley was mentioning the top 5 teams in the Northern Sun being in the top 18 in the country, is that right? There are 290 Division II schools, so to hear the strength of the Northern Sun in volleyball is obviously apparent, and Concordia St. Paul's won the last 3 national championships. So what a league in volleyball. Well, Ashley, one final question. You are coming back home this weekend, starting NSIC play.
Do you prepare differently for home matches versus going on the road?
We do. I mean, on the road, there's typically fewer distractions just because parents are typically just traveling there. Our players don't have class. So we really try to stick together as a unit, as a team, take care of our studies when we're not in the gym, have a pre-game practice every day, and then go to the gym. So I find that our players are typically less distracted. But when you are at home, it's exciting because there's more adrenaline, there's more enthusiasm, there's people on campus talking about supporting our program. So we have to make sure that when our girls do come in, that they are focused, that they know the purpose of what we're in the gym to do. But you know, the expectation's always the same, that we come in, we compete hard, and we're working to win. So I wouldn't say that the end result is any different, but certainly we always make sure that our focus is in the right place when we're on the road and at home.
Well, Ashley, thanks for those comments. It's a big week for the Vikings. The NSIC kickoff over here at the Elman Center. A couple of matches. Good luck.
Thank you.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Here at the Better Bundle Bureau, we wanted to know the science of savings. What we discovered were massive amounts of channels and freebies. Midconet broadband with the fastest speeds known to man and unlimited local and long-distance calling. No contracts, exclusive benefits, and online account management all bundled up for only $99 a month. We've discovered the science of savings. The Theater DVR Trio from Mid-Continent Communications. The best bundle on earth.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Vikings outstanding senior linebacker Chris Janisch. Chris, great to have you on Augustana Sportscene. A few things to talk about today, but let's begin with back to the days of Roosevelt High School, great high school career. After playing for the Riders, you had to decide where to go to college. Why Augie?
Yeah, I graduated in 2006 from Roosevelt, and after that, I was coached by Josh Siegfried, who's an Augustana alum and played football here, and was recruited by Coach Olinger, who's our offensive coordinator and a South Dakota native, and really sold me on the program and the community atmosphere here. And then I got to meet Coach Salem, who was instrumental in getting me here, and wanted to stay close to home, wanted the family to attend most of the games, and have the travel be good enough for them to attend the games, and was just a great fit for me, and couldn't be happier with my choice.
Yeah, and we've enjoyed having you here. A great guy, a great student, an athlete, and all that thing. Well, we're off and rolling here. 2-0, Chris, on the season after the win at Bemidji. What do you think about the team?
We've got a good team. I'm not going to say we've got a great team because we're still trying to figure out our team identity, but we've got some seniors that have been here a long time and have played a lot of football games, and are really leading this team and waiting for the young guys to step up. And they've been doing a great job. We're 2-0. We're going to use the old cliche. We're going to take it one game at a time. And we've got a coach that understands that we need to take it one game at a time. And we're 2-0, and hopefully we'll be ready for Mary this next Saturday.
Yeah, it'll be a big one here on Saturday. Well, you've been playing football a long time, Chris. What do you like about the game of football?
Well, it's a team game, and I love the fact that if one guy doesn't do his job, then the whole team suffers. And there's so much camaraderie in the game, and there's so much success depending on all 11 guys, whether on offense or defense or special teams. And then the other thing is that it's a brotherhood, and you develop great relationships with players and coaches. And Coach Salem said from the first day I got here that one of the guys is going to be the best man at my wedding, and he was right. The truth speaks for itself, and I couldn't be happier. And it's a great sport, and it's a great thing to play.
Yeah, and it's been wonderful to have you here. Let's switch gears. Your major, your future plans.
Well, I'm a physical education health major, and I'm currently student teaching right now, so my day is filled with little kindergarten through 5th graders and have a good time doing that. But I really like to teach and coach one day, and graduate assistant is a possibility, and I'll look into that. But I'm enjoying my time. I've enjoyed my time in the education department here at Augustana and great professors, and so yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well, that's wonderful, and I know you're going to be a good teacher and a very good coach. End of the line here for you, senior year. Been around a long time, old timer. Reflect on your days as a student and athlete at Augie.
5th year, and yeah, we a couple of our seniors had the opportunity to graduate last May, and that's the time where you kind of sit back and reflect and understand your time here at Augustana. As a senior class, we are the last class that got to experience the old Hall football complex.
Yeah.
So we understand what that's all about, and just extremely thankful for Bob Hall and Kari Hall and other donors and the leadership of President Rob Oliver and yourself, and really getting the community involved in Augustana football and Augustana athletics. And then, people talk about Augustana having an Augustana advantage, and it's very true. There's pressure with being an Augustana student. You have to carry yourself a certain way, and I think I've done that, and we've done that as a football team, and I've really enjoyed my time here, and ready to take the next step in my life.
Well, Chris, you're one of our best, so congratulations on a great career. We got a ways to go, though, in this football season, so good luck.
Thanks, Bill.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
Bigger, yet faster. More powerful, yet more fuel efficient. The laws of physics, merely loose suggestions. The Audi A4. Experience the category-changing A4 at your Audi dealer today.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for this week. Friday, September 17th, volleyball, first home match against Upper Iowa, 7 o'clock at the Elman Center. Saturday, September 18th, women's soccer kicks off the day with an 11 a.m. battle against the University of Mary on the campus soccer field. That's followed by football versus the University of Mary at 1 o'clock at KO Stadium. It's Military Appreciation Day. All those who provided military service to our country will receive 2 free tickets to the game. Show your military identification at the game on Saturday to get your free tickets. And volleyball takes on Winona State, also at home, 5:30 at the Elman Center. If you show your ticket stub from the football game, you get in free. Sunday, September 19th, women's soccer back home again against Northern, 1 o'clock at the campus soccer field. Women's golf is at the Wildwood Invitational in Lake Elmo, Minnesota, and men's golf begins 2 days of play in the Husky Classic in St. Cloud. Then next Wednesday, September 22nd, we'll have Augustana Sportscene on Midco Sports Network at 6:30 p.m. The show will also run Thursday, September 23rd at 10:30 p.m. Check the Midco Sports Network website at midcosportsnet.com for additional program airtimes. And remember, for radio coverage of Augustana football, you can hear the Vikings on KIKN FM 100.5. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our athletic website, goaugie.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next Wednesday at 6:30, Thursday at 10:30, here for Augustana Sportscene on Midco Sports Network. Have a great week, everybody.
Augustana Sportscene on Midco Sports Network has been brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.